Oh, man cloaked in mystery still. But he looks like he's got Gabriel's hair alright. Oh god, we get to ask him everything. Tell me about voodoo.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
It sounds as though you have learned much during your investigation in New Orleans. Perhaps you will fill me in when we have a chance to sit down and talk.
If we have such a chance.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
I know only what you have told me. They seem to be very similar to the killings in Gunther's tunnel.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
It was just another American city to me until I started dreaming about you.
I mean, you could tell me more.
Now I feel it is not safe for you there. I wish you would leave.
But I don't have the money to do so. Duh.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes.
I have not studied the subject. I have an intense dislike for them.
Gee, I wonder why.
Do you have any idea what Cabri sans coeur means?
No, what does it mean?
It means...
It means goat without horns. It's a term used for human sacrifice in voodoo.
Voodoo.
Well, let's hope we can avoid any more of that in this family.
I'm sorry that... Oh, I forgot
Do you
you
know
said
anything
that.
about Marie Laveau?
No, I'm afraid not.
No.
I've heard rumors of a secret hound fool here in New Orleans.
I'm doing a lot of talking.
Yeah, I am sure they have a temple there, and probably a very elaborate one. You should not go near it, though. Not alone.
Maybe I should come with you.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Yes. Tetlos people wear animal masks for their rituals, don't they? It is not at all uncommon. Many occult groups are based heavily on animal totems. Animals have such pure, primal traits. Spirituality, good or bad, is about reaching these pure levels. Aggressive and cunning like the snake. Agile and nurturing like the monkey. Even our family is associated with the image of a lion.
Like the monkey! Oh, that was hilarious.
Do you know anything about Veves?
It is a visual symbol of one or more loa. Each loa has its own sign, which is used to summon it.
Dambala?
Have you ever heard of Dambala?
Dambala is a snake. He is a loa, a voodoo god.
Yes. He's one of the primary Loa of the Gedi tribe.
Gedi tribe.
I see. Good work. That information might prove useful.
Does the name
Ogun
Ogun Badakri mean anything to
I
you?
love that word. Ogun Badakri.
It is a voodoo loa, is it not?
True.
Yes, a particularly nasty one, so I understand. Have you come across anything about it in your research?
He
Nice.
seems to be feared by most voodoo groups. I haven't come across very much specific information.
No. Tell me about Schattenjägers.
What can you tell me about Schattenjägers?
Yes, of course. I sometimes forget how little you know of the family, Gabriel. I never understood how Hans could allow his sons to remain ignorant.
Well, son and grandson.
Now is not the time
Well, he
for
was dead
that
by the time the
discussion.
grandson was born, so his son was ignorant.
Schattenjäger is really two words in English, Gabriel.
Oh, tell me what it
Schatten
means.
means shadow, and Jäger means hunter.
Jäger.
Shadow Hunter.
Yes,
Shadow.
shadow hunter.
Yes, Shadow Hunter. I
Do
love
you know anything about Rada
There are
drums?
some great pronunciations in this.
Rada drums? You mean ceremonial drums?
Sort of.
Yes. The Gedi tribe uses drummers around the French Quarter as relay messengers to keep track of their business.
Those drums have a ceremonial use, too. It would be useful to know their code, Gabriel.
You mean like a book I
had
happen to
Grace
have?
find some information on them.
That's my boy.
Not sleeping with women for research. That's my boy.
Tell me about yourself.
I hope there will be time for that later, Gabriel, after this is
Aw.
all over. For
Come
now,
on.
we must deal with the matter at hand.
But there's so many things we want to know. Tell me about
Tell me about
Titolo.
Titolo.
Well, from your description of the ritual last night, I'd say that Gunther's mistress, Tetelo, is now the primary loa for the Gedi tribe. It seems she still controls them by possessing her female descendants and speaking through them. Do you remember in Gunther's journal he said that Tetelo was possessed by her father's Loa during the killings in Charleston?
Yes.
This sounds similar, but Tetelo has obviously become a much more powerful Loa than her father ever was. Probably because of the added power of the talisman.
Gee, that's still a really weak, excuse to be like, well, I didn't kill that guy. My dad killed that guy through me. Doesn't fly in court, though.
Let's talk about the talisman.
I suppose you could get a plea of
I
insanity.
myself have only seen it in old sketches and paintings.
And
in my
in
dreams. It was in the family for centuries before Tetelo took it. It is believed to be as old as the role of Schattenjäger itself.
So that
The
Jesus
talisman has
made
genuine power. I don't know how or why, but it is so. The Schattenjäger swore to use the power for good, never for evil. For defense, not offense. Since it fell into Tetlo's hands, I'm afraid to think what the power has been used for, or what it will be used for in the future. With the talisman, Tetlo has all the power and we none. The only possible way to fight her is to regain the talisman. Then we will at least be on more equal footing.
Yes. Now, the interesting thing with that is if you've watched my Let's Play of Gabriel Knight III, if not, this is going to be a slight little spoiler, although it's probably really not important to the entire plot, but we learned that Jesus gave Gabriel's not descendants, ancestors the Schattenjäger dagger that we will later have. So where did the talisman come from? I still kind of think that considering that dude that got the dagger was a Roman and not German at all, that probably that guy married into the Schattenjäger line, and thus the line can be from even further back with its awesome talisman.
How can we regain the talisman?
We've been searching for the talisman for years, ever since we lost it. It's a terrible thing to know that something powerful that was entrusted to us
By
is
who?
in the wrong hands. The talisman is probably buried with Tetelo's remains. That's what gives her Loa so much power.
And yet she'll still have it afterwards.
How would we find Tetelo's remains?
Ha! We have pondered that question a long time, the Ritos. There are two probabilities. The first is that her remains are with the tribe at their current location. The other is that the remains were returned to a sacred place near the tribe's original homeland.
The other sounds
We've
more
tried
likely.
to locate Tetelo's African homeland, but Gunther says so little in his journal about her tribe, and slaving records are practically non-existent.
And you didn't have the
Also,
internet.
Tetelo's tribe was utterly destroyed in its African form in the late 17th century. There was nothing like a census in Africa then. As for the other idea, we had no clue as to where Tetelo's people went after fleeing Charleston. Until now.
Yes, they went to New Orleans.
Let's discuss the possible African homeland.
All right. Have you learned anything that might help us locate it?
Yes,
I spoke with the Professor Hartridge. Unfortunately for him,
because the
he
notes
thinks
killed
the
him.
tribe's name was Agri, and that they lived near the Fon tribe in what is now called the People's Republic of Benin.
Or Benin.
That is incredible, Gabriel. I must go research this new information in my library right now.
I'm hanging up.
Wait, what should I do?
Stay low. If you get a chance, you might look into the possibility that Tetelo's remains are somewhere in New Orleans.
Ooh, like in the Getty tomb.
But don't try to broach their private areas without my assistance, Gabriel. You will make a fine Schattenjäger, but only if you are not dead.
Sure, I'll wait.
Bye then, Gabriel, and remember, if you need a place of safety, come to Schloss Ritter.
Goodbye, Uncle Wolfgang.
I will always love you. Alright, so now that thrilling conversation's over, hey, Grace, shall we just...
Got a minute?
Is there anything that I wanted to tell you? Messages?
Do you have message?
Nope.
Nope.
Could you?
Sure.
Can't think of any. Blah, 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 blah. Guess what, Grace? We've got no more use for you. We'll see you later. Like at the end of the game.
I'm going out for a bit.
Yeah,
Be
like
careful.
this is me laying low. Don't you love it? Let's go check out the Getty tomb. Getty tomb! Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it tomb. There's a new note?
Gabriel's.
Yep. Apparently they're still all drunk from the conclave last night. Ah, for goodness sakes. Run! Run! Hey, that's convenient.
The place already.
No, for goodness sakes. Putting your finger on the button makes sense. Oh!
You will hear
Ah.
the faint sound of breaking glass.
I forgot about that. Okay.
Dang. You'd think there'd be a light.
There probably was. No. Wait, do I have a flashlight?
This
No.
is the.
I do not.
This is the.
This is gonna make things interesting. Alright, so